guys, it's Lexie. Thank you so much for clicking on this video and choosing to watch it. I really have been wanting to make this video for a really long time. I have baby. I told you in my last video that for those of you who haven't seen The Mandalorian yet, I don't want to say his name just in case, but I have baby. He's wearing his mask because we are still in the middle of a, I don't know if I can say that word on YouTube, but we are still in the middle of a you know what, so everybody should wear their masks. So he's repping that in this video. I really wanted to make this video, and I actually was really excited to make this video because this is all advice that I live my life by. I really just think that it's all so important to hear, and if you are going through something, if you feel like worthless right now, if you are constantly worried about what other people think of you, then this is the video for you. And let me tell you, I was the same way. So I think that this is something that everybody goes through at least one point in their life. I don't think that it's really anything to be ashamed of. I don't want this video to be like a negative light. I'm sending like good, positive energy throughout this video. But I just think it's something that everybody goes through but just might not talk about. If you're watching this video, then this is your sign to stop living for other people and do what makes you happy. Do whatever the hell it is. Obviously, if it's like bad, offensive, like horrible, if it's harmful to other people, don't do that. Don't do that. But if it's like not harming anyone, do it. Do whatever makes you happy. Throughout this video, I just wanted to share 3 pieces of advice that I learned the hard way and I also constantly live by. And I honestly think that after implementing these 3 like rules or like advice things, I don't know, I just keep them in the back of my mind. I really believe that after implementing these things and thinking about life this way, that my life has like significantly improved for the better. I feel so much happier, and I think that this is something that everybody goes through. I think that because social media and the time that we're living in, everybody probably at least once has worried about what somebody else has said about them, what other people think about them. And I think that that's so common between young women, and it's something that everybody goes through, and it's nothing to be ashamed of. And I really do think that it is kind of like a learning process. Let me tell you that after you stop thinking about what other people think of you, and you start doing whatever makes you happy, and you just focus on yourself and making yourself happy, you will be so much happier. It'll actually just become like second nature at this point. So my first rule of advice that I follow is that do whatever makes you happy. I've just actually kind of been like nailing that in, but that is my first piece of advice. I think that through a period of my life, I was just really wrapped up and concerned with what other people thought about me. I wouldn't do what would make me happy. I think this can come across in a ton of different forms. I know that a lot of like my friends have struggled with this as well, whether it be, you know, they have this outfit that they really want to wear, but they like are worried about what people will think, or you know, they want to sing, they want to do like other things, but they're worried about what other people will think of them. I think that that's so harmful. If you are constantly living your life through what other people will think about you and you're not doing what you're happy, you're gonna have a ton of regrets in your life. Because if you are living your life for yourself, you're taking your happiness in your own hands, and you're doing what truly makes you happy, you're gonna reflect that and you're going to be happy. For myself, and it could be like outfits and clothes, like I would buy all of these cute clothes, but I felt so self-conscious. I was like, about what other people would think when I would wear them, so I wouldn't wear them. Like, how stupid is that? And I think that that's like kind of normal. Like, I don't know, maybe not like totally normal, but at least like a little apprehension. If wearing your makeup a certain way is gonna make you happy, if, you know, wearing a certain style of clothes, if changing your hair color, if that's gonna make you happy and feel good, then do it. This kind of like leads us into my second piece of advice, that you might think that people are really wrapped up and concerned about you, but I promise everybody is having the same thoughts about themselves. Like, everybody is thinking about themselves. For me personally, this would always come to play for whatever reason in like dining halls, like at my college. I don't know why. I feel like that's kind of like a universal thing where everybody, maybe not, like I feel like that's kind of like a universal thing where you're like, oh my gosh, everybody's looking at me, they're thinking about me, they're talking about me. They're not. They're not. It's in your head. And I think that everybody is thinking about that about themselves. So anybody in that situation is worrying about like what they're doing, you know, what they look like, what they're saying, and you're thinking they're looking at me, they're talking about me. Everybody has those insecurities and those self-doubt, but everybody is thinking and worrying about themselves. So even though it might really feel like everybody's looking at you, talking about you, they're not. It's okay. And once I realized that like everybody is having these own worries and thoughts in themselves and like with themselves, and everybody is only focused on themselves. And even if they are kind of focused on you, I promise, like, I don't think anybody's gonna remember anything that's happening like a couple days from now. So my mom and I were at a gas station the other day, and we were trying to buy lottery tickets, and for whatever reason we were just like in a rush, and like, you know, wearing masks is kind of like off-putting, and so we were trying to hurry, but we kept messing up the numbers and we kept like screwing up. So we take it up to the cash register to pay for it, and they're like, you only circled 4 numbers, like you need to circle 5, or like we left out something, and there was a line behind us and we felt so dumb. But I was like, you know what, like, I thought it was funny. I definitely would not have thought it was funny if I hadn't already been through this like journey of like, everybody's not worrying about, like, they're worrying about themselves. They just want to get on with themselves. I was like, you know what, like, this actually is kind of funny. And even if they are totally focusing on us because we were so dumb, and kind of be like hard not to, there's no way they would remember that in like, you know, 10 days from now, or there's no way that they were really like that focused on us. And you know, that also happened to me with one of my friends the other day, where we were taking pictures on top of like a parking garage, and she was like, oh my gosh, like, what if people look at us? And I was like, just, you know, let them look, like, they're gonna like look, but just be focused on ourselves, because they're not gonna remember this a couple days from now. And everybody's worried about themselves too, like, they're not overly focused on us. When we got up there was like a couple other people up there, and it was funny because we were all on like different sides of this parking garage, and there was like 3 of us, like 3 groups including us, who were taking pictures on top of a parking garage. We all had the same idea. It really just like showed that like we were all in our zone. We may have like noticed each other and like been thinking about the other person for a second, but like we were all worried about ourselves. Oh, bless me. So we were all like worried about, you know, ourselves. We were all focusing on our own poses, like, even though we were all there and we could like see, it wasn't like holding us up. And I was like, it's fine, like, they're focused on their pictures, we're focused on ours, like, even though they're looking, like, who cares, like, everybody's focused about yourself. So I really do think that like, once you realize everybody's got their own worries, everybody's got their own thoughts, everybody's got their own lives, like, even if you do and are a point, you know, maybe you make a fool of yourself, they're not gonna remember it, you know, it's okay, time goes on. If anything, just laugh about it and it'll be better. So I think that that was a really important rule for me to learn as well. And then the last thing is kind of, it might sound a little harsh. It's not meant to be taken harsh at all. It is not. So my last piece of advice is, if you don't like them, why do you care if they like you? And I think that that is so important to just like realize. When I heard that, I think I read it on Instagram. When I heard that, it was like, that's so true. Why do I care? Because I know for myself personally, in the past, I would have like mutual friends who would like talk bad about my YouTube videos, and my friends would tell me, and I would be so hurt, even though I didn't know who this person was, like, before my friends told me. Like, I wouldn't know who they were, but I know that they didn't like my YouTube videos and were talking bad about them. So that hurt me so bad. But that's so stupid. Like, why does it matter? Like, why did I care? Because I didn't know who they were, I didn't like them, you know. Whereas like, it would hurt more, you know, like if you like them. But I think that a lot of people nowadays maybe try to live their lives for people who like they don't even like. So I think just like putting that back into perspective and being like, do I like these people? Are they important in my life? Do they care for me? No? Then why do I care so badly about what they think? And I really do think that that is an extremely important piece of advice, just because, you know, why? Like, I really just don't think that wasting your time and energy worried about what other people might say about you, that they might not like you, is just a bad way. You gotta focus on your own self. You gotta take your own happiness in your own hands, and realizing that, like, you know what, I don't even like these people, so why does it even matter to me? And I really do wish that that's just something that I had in the back of my mind and known, because now, like, even if somebody does say something that's sort of hurtful to me, I'm just like, you know what, I'm not even thinking about it. I'm not putting my energy there, because who cares? Let them not like me. And of course, like, I know that it is a human nature thing to want to be liked by a lot of people. And I'm not saying to try and like actively go and make yourself unlikable. I'm just saying, don't be hurt. by other people not liking you, especially if you don't even like them to begin with. Like, just don't care about it. Just move on. Let them talk. Do your own thing, especially if it makes you happy, which wraps back around to my first point. Just do what makes you happy. It is something that I feel like now, looking back at my life, I do have some regrets for the things that I may have not done because I was worried about what other people thought of me, or I was worried about what somebody might say. And I just think that you should live your life to the fullest and really like have no regrets. But I do think that it is like a human thing to have these worries. So I was just really excited to make this video because I just want to bring like those things to your attention. All of these things are kind of words that I live by and have really helped me with my self-esteem and like self-confidence in myself, have really helped me also put things into perspective. And honestly, since then, it's improved my life so much because I'm just not worried about what other people are thinking, because if it's making me happy, that's really all that matters. And especially with everything that's going on in the world today, I really just think that like prioritizing your happiness, betting on yourself, doing whatever it is that makes you happy, do it. It is so important, because I think what we all learned last March was that things can change so quick. So just do what makes you happy. Be safe, be, you know, good. Don't be harmful to other people, but do what makes you happy. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope that it is helpful in your journey and it helps, you know, keep these things in the back of your mind, say them daily. I don't know, like, I just hope that this video was helpful to you guys, because I know that these are all things that have been really helpful to me and have helped boost my self-esteem and boost my self-confidence. And I just think y'all should go live your life to the fullest, do what makes you happy, and who cares what anybody has to say. If it's making you happy, that's all that matters. And if you do what makes you happy, you know, like-minded people will be attracted to you. They'll see that. And yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. I'm almost to 1,000. I mean, I know I just barely hit 900, but almost to 1,000. Thinking positive. Bye guys.